Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In today's recipe, I'm going to show you how to make a spaghetti pesto pasta. Very different from a tomato basil sauce or an Alfredo sauce. So in this recipe, I'm going to be boiling the spaghetti first. I'm going to show you how to cook a spaghetti or a pasta really well, and also show you how to make a pesto, which is made from basils. And then combine the two and make a spaghetti pesto pasta. So without wasting any time, let me just dive right in and show you how to make this dish. So to begin cooking the pasta, what you have to do is to take a large pot of water and bring it to a brisk boil. And once the water begins to boil, you add in your pasta into it. It could be a penne pasta, it could be spaghetti pasta, any type of pasta that you want to use. And if it's a spaghetti pasta, then you have to ensure that it's a nice tall vessel, or if you have a broad vessel, I'm going to show you how to sort of cook the spaghetti pasta. Okay, so first put the spaghetti pasta inside the water. And we're going to add in a little bit of salt as well. And then after that, once the bottom layer cooks, so you have to add salt to the water so that the pasta also gets a good taste. Okay, so once the bottom layer softens, I'm going to turn it around and then put the top layer and then immerse it into water. In just a few seconds, we will be able to do that. Okay. So it's the same process for all the different types of pastas. All you have to do is, for the spaghetti, you have to ensure that as the bottom keeps getting soft, you can sort of keep turning the spaghetti and then immerse it into the water. There you go. So notice that all the pasta is now completely immersed, and at this stage keep the heat to medium high and then keep boiling the pasta and cooking the pasta for about 5 to 6 minutes, depending upon the quantity of pasta, the time would change, but until it becomes like al dente. So al dente is a texture that when it's not soft, completely soft, that when you take a bite it just melts away, but it has a firm touch, but it's cooked as well. And it's important to keep it about less than al dente, in my opinion, because when you're going to be cooking it along with the sauces, then it tends to get a little bit more cooked. So when you boil it in water, just keep it to al dente, very firm texture, but at the same time cooked. Okay, and you have to take a bite to see if it's al dente, and that's when you know that it's still firm, it's cooked, and it's just perfect. So the spaghetti is now perfectly cooked, and I've turned off the heat, and it's swelled up as well. Give it a bite. It needs to be firm and not too soft as well. At this stage, you need to drain out from this water immediately and then rinse it under cold water, so it stops the cooking process. So the more it remains warm, the more it will continue to become softer. So I'm just going to go ahead and drain it and then rinse it in cold water and then keep it aside. So that's it. So now I'm going to go ahead and rinse this under cold water and toss it in a little bit of olive oil and then keep it aside. So now that I've rinsed it under cold water, the cooking process would have stopped. Be it penne, spaghetti, any type of pasta, it's important to rinse. And toss it in just a little bit of olive oil so that it doesn't stick with each other while you're making the sauces to toss the pasta along with. So to begin making the basil pesto, there are a couple of ingredients that you need. I have some fresh basil leaves over here. I also have some walnuts, some olive oil, garlic, red chili powder, cumin powder, and salt, and just a little bit of water as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all of these into my mixer grinder and then blend it to make a nice chutney, also known as the basil pesto. This is very home style, and it's really fresh and delicious and has just a right amount of olive oil and flavoring ingredients and taste. And to this, you can also squeeze in some lemon juice to give it an additional zing and yang. So let me just put everything together in the blender and show you how to make the pesto. So to begin making the pesto, into my blender jar, I'm just going to go ahead and add in my basil leaves. To this, some walnuts, some garlic cloves. I'm going to add in some olive oil, salt to taste, just a dash of chili powder, and some cumin powder, which is roasted. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water and then blend it to make a nice smooth chutney or the pesto. And doesn't that look beautiful? Perfect pesto, which is well blended into a nice smooth puree. And I'm just going to go ahead and transfer this to a bowl, and the pesto is ready. So now that we have our pesto ready and the spaghetti pasta cooked as well, I'm all set to make the pesto spaghetti pasta, or pasta that is flavored with spaghetti. You can use any pasta, like I said, from penne to fussili or any other pasta of your choice, and then we'll toss it along with spaghetti. So what I'm going to do, the pesto has all the ingredients that I need to flavor the pasta. So all I'm going to do is to add in a little bit of olive oil into my pan. And then at this stage you can add in some chopped garlic, onions if you want, but I'm not going to be adding anything. It's just going to be plain flavored spaghetti, which is going to be tossed in the spaghetti pasta, and then I'm going to be adding in some olives to give it that additional touch and flavor. So let me get started. So now to this I'm just going to go ahead and add in my cooked spaghetti. And I always like to sort of, toss in the spaghetti as needed, right? So if only you're going to be eating it for yourself, then there's just toss in that portion of the spaghetti along with some pesto and some sauce. Quickly toss it up together and then serve it immediately, because the moment you sort of put everything together and toss it in, it can become soggy and overcooked. So always make it fresh. So when you have all the sauces ready and all the ingredients ready, tossing up the pasta and the sauces has to be always made fresh. So that's one tip. And to this I'm just going to go ahead and add in the pesto which we made, and some red chili flakes. You can also add in some black pepper powder if you want, or crushed black pepper, and some sliced olives. So that's it. So I'm going to just toss all of them together, and pesto spaghetti pasta is ready. And toss it for about 3 to 4 minutes on high heat, and so that it sort of well coats itself. And if you like it creamy, then what you can do is to add some cream to it and make it a little more saucy. If you don't want to add cream, you can do a combination of milk and cream, and it'll be really nice as well. So that's it, our pasta is done and it looks really beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed watching this recipe of how to make a basil pesto, cook a spaghetti pasta, as well as tossing it together to make a delicious basil pesto pasta. So do give this recipe a try, and when you do, don't forget to share your feedback in the comments below. Take a snapshot of it and tag us across all our social channels, so I'd love to hear from you. So until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.